we got a completely new GL series on the horizon, and it's something completely different than the type that we are used to, the usual plot, the usual couples, and also the not usual genre as well. So just today, Disney Plus released a small trailer, video, and basic piece of information about a new series that will launch on the 28th of August on Disney Plus Thailand. It is also not really marketed as a Geo series per se, and it's not, doing things the way that you normally would, which is why I would assume is because it's Disney, and also maybe because they want to not, take away from the story itself by, just going and marketing is, oh, it's yet another Geo series or something like that. It's probably because it's Disney itself. But what we know so far, and I will react to the trailer itself shortly, but let me just give you background of the information we have. So the release date will be 28th of August on Disney Plus platform, and it's called Still Water. The Thai title being Wadi Roy Sop. Sorry about my terrible pronunciation. And it is a coming suspense thriller drama produced by Pang Ornija, starring Chippy, Pun Pun, Prao, Jap, and so on. So Stillwater invites you to discover Wadi Pasop. So I take a look at that, and it's a fictional city town made for the series itself. It's a tranquil little village hiding a dark secret. Ooh. About a woman's disappearance. This mystery is tied to a homicide. Okay, tell me more. One individual is unaccounted for, while several others have been discovered deceased due to a serial killer. Okay. The real question isn't what went down there, but rather who is concealing the truth. Well, without further ado, I am going to go and try to react to the trailer itself. It's going to be a challenging one, though, because there are apparently no English subtitles. So we're going to have to go old school fashion way and try to make do what we can based on the visuals that we see. So good luck to us. And maybe I'll do another reaction actually when the subtitles are out. So let's see what we can kind of make do already. So it's going to be a struggle for both of us, I'd say. All right. Oh, well, that's giving very Hannibal series vibe. Oof. Okay. Wow, there's going to be a lot of... Oh, okay. I'm sad. Oof. It's a lot of parts, man. Wait, men? No, keep the men away from the women. Thank you very much. Oof. Was that her egg? No, hold on. Ah! We have the dad from Us the series and the Four Elements. And it's over. That went very fast. That was just a short over 1 minute, essentially. And it packed up a lot. So to be fair, I think even with subtitles on, it would have been a bit tricky to follow, because I think the focus truly was more on the visuals themselves versus on whatever they were saying, because it was more suspenseful music, screaming, blood, body parts, a bit of, glimpse into some of the sexy scene, and just enough to communicate that this is a Geo series, but also at the same time, I think not really as much of a Geo series. It just more so happens to be that the two main characters happen to be women loving women, versus this being a key piece of the story, which, to be fair, I kind of like that, because because it's really, really nice the fact that we're so normalized of, like where it's just a normalized thing that someone has a girlfriend or that someone has a boyfriend and it just so happens to be from the same gender. Although this seems to be a small town. So just personally, I'm curious whether that will truly be, this is not even a factor, that's not a thing, as much as it's two women with each other and it's not a thing, or it plays some small role. Still, considering that Thailand, despite how open it looks like, it's still kind of conservative in many ways. Funnily enough, more towards women with women versus men with men, because it's just been more normalized, the boy side of things, for a longer time than it is the female one. But anyway, I gotta say this looks good. This looks actually really, really good because we don't, okay, maybe I'm wrong here, because the reality is that I, as an Inter fan, I have experienced very little from the Thai cinema, from the Thai film genre outside of GL. The only movie that I actually had, no, I take a step back. I've watched a couple movies on Netflix, but Stain, the movie with Engfa and with Freen was one movie that I watched at the cinema, which also, despite the slightly interestingly odd story, was still like really, really well shot and interesting. Although it definitely combined more comedy, whereas here, I think in this one, at least from what I'm seeing in the trailer, it looks like there is zero comedy involved. Obviously, I can be proven otherwise, but the focus really on the trailer was to establish that that suspense, that thriller, that goriness going on. The time is ticking. We need to do something. We need to figure things out, kind of vibe. So I don't know, but I don't know about you, but I personally will be tuning in to watch that. And just a super quick look into, I put a couple notes from the little things that I saw, but the main, so essentially, here we have a poster of the movie and the cast itself, and the four main leads that are listed in terms of the cast are women, which I do love that. But the main lead will be Pon Pon, and her co-star, her jail partner, will be Chippy Syrian, who is a former Channel 3 actress. And then the next ladies are Prao Chermawi, and she played in Queendom. So she played a siphon and was part of the second lead couple together with Lin, so better known as Lin Prao. I have unfortunately not yet gotten to watch Queendom. I know, it's sinful, because I have heard so many times that it's one of the best GLs of this year or last year. When was it? And I've seen such good pieces of it that I've been kind of like gatekeeping it from myself to watch it at a moment where there is a drought. But what I remember when it was airing was that there was so much praise of the second couple that again, even I assume here she will not be having a jail role itself, but regardless, still pretty cool. And just when I was looking up the four main leads, all of them have a ridiculous amount of filmography behind them. Like when I went to their like drama list pages, it was like scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, because they had a lot of projects behind their back, which is always a really good sign, because you can just see when someone is new to the industry. Even so many of the artists, who have been new, have delivered, phenomenal performances. But when you do have, for example, like when I was watching like Love Design, so Kao Jane, I was just blown away by the way their acting was, the fact that it just didn't feel like acting because of how well seasoned they are and how long they have been in the industry itself. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. And despite not normally liking that actor, because he always kind of plays bad roles, I am also happy to see a face that I know, which is the father of the father that we had in in Us the series, Bonnie's father, and he was also in I think he was Din's father in The Earth. So he was not that bad in there at all. But anyway, it's just nice to see like a face that I know, because then I at least have some background to kind of relate to. Anyway, let's check how that one goes. Oh, I totally forgot to introduce myself, but hi, my name is Ina. Interfan just like you, do a lot of reactions, practical guides, do's, don'ts, and just overall aiming to make your TiGel experience a little bit easier. So make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.